Welcome back to Musitechnic's YouTube channel. My name's Nick, and today I'm accompanied by Dan Smith, owner and operator at Studio Open House here in Longueuil, Quebec, and also a great teacher here at Musitechnic. And so, yeah, today we're taking a look at iZotope's RX6. So to start off, Dan, please tell me what is iZotope, what it's useful for. We'll get into the interface, and yeah.
Right.
All yours.
Well, for those who don't know, RX by iZotope is their audio restoration suite. It has very powerful modules to address all kinds of situations of noise and also unwanted audio that's inside your recording. It could be used from anything from as serious as audio forensics for court cases to extract dialogue from like a bug recording. It could be used by singer-songwriters recording in your home studio, but you have like fan buzz from your computer. Clean up that unwanted noise, or it could get really deep into like post-production, or for voice, removing clicks and mouth noises when we're talking a lot, or background noises, airplanes passing, also perfect for the musician, amp buzz. I had to denoise a 808 kick once, so it goes as far as from 808s to airplanes. So it's very powerful, yeah. And the new RX6 that was just released recently has very, very, very powerful new modules, and they've really gone the extra step. It was always powerful. It was always good, but now RX6 they really impressed us with this release.
Awesome, and yeah, as you mentioned, from what I understand, RX6 now, or iZotope, they're pointing out this musical aspect to their software, whereas before it was maybe more so focused on post-production.
Yeah, I guess you could say that it kind of came across like only a post-production tool. But like I said, I've received an EDM track to mix, and there was this hum in the 808. I didn't really, how's there hum in the 808? So the actual producer used a real 808, and it wasn't grounded. So yeah, it's always been useful, but I think now they've separated some modules and what they call machine learning, where they pump in a lot of information into computer code and algorithms to really, what is voice, what is a singing voice is different from a speaking voice. When I speak, it cuts off pretty quickly, and a singing voice, we could have reverb tails and delays and stuff like that. Of course, often more harmonic and modulating. So they've really isolated, and they've really pushed the envelope on the music side and post-production. It's often the same tools, but just slightly tweaked. Like I said, the human voice is different singing and speaking, and that's a big difference when you're using RX in a song or for post-production.
Awesome. Yeah, let's dive into the interface. Can you walk me through kind of those first tools? And
Yeah, absolutely. The best way is to dive right in. Let's grab a file, and it's very intuitive. You can import a file like traditional DAWs, or just drag and drop. And when we drag and drop, it automatically sets the sample rate. And you can have several files open, and even different sample rates, and it's going to auto switch between the sample rates. So obviously make sure you don't have any other DAWs open, because they won't like that. But iZotope is very intuitive. Just drag and drop. And what we see right here on the basic overview, which could seem foreign in the beginning, but let me bring this slider down here, and we see a more traditional waveform view. And if I bring the slider all the way over to the right, then we're completely 100% into the spectrogram view. And this is where it really gets powerful and interesting. So if I come back over here to the waveform view, this is what we normally see left and right audio. It's a composite bounce of frequencies and instruments. If I hit play, you'll get an idea. So it's a live show recording. We have a rowdy crowd, but at one point there's a whistle that's really too loud. Somebody's too close to a crowd mic, and it distracts from the music, right? So let's listen to that again. So if we're looking here at the waveform view, we don't have much to work with. But if I take the slider and go over here to the the spectrogram, now I'll play it again, and you're probably already looking at the issue, right? So there's our whistle. So what we're looking at here in the spectrogram view is we have traditional left and right channels, and we have on the y-axis going up is the frequencies. So we have 100, well, it goes from 0 up to even beyond 20 kilohertz if we need it to. It depends on the sample rate. So here we can see that it's an MP3 file, right? It's chopped off at 16 kilohertz. So we have our frequencies going from bottom to top. And what we're looking at on brightness, if you can see the dB range down here, it goes from noise floor all the way up to digital 0 dB. And the brighter it gets, so we start from like a blue magenta, then it goes into a rusty orange, and the brighter we get on our way to white is the louder the frequency is in the file. So we're looking down here at the bottom. There's a nice big bass note down here, and you can see it's around 100. Let's play that. So, and here you can see 2 kick hits. Okay? So you start to understand frequency and amplitude of that frequency on brightness. So we can really hone in and zoom in and take this whistle. We can remove it completely. We can replace it. We can attenuate it. And that's what we'll get into in the later videos when we start to explain the modules. So talking about the modules, we have all of the modules that run down the right side here. We can match ambiances from different takes. We can remove clicks and pops and noise, broad spectrum noise, hums, like I was explaining. We can repair the spectrum. And we have a set of tools here at the bottom, just selector tools. This is just a standard DAW-style selector. We can also select frequency ranges like this. If I have a specific area that's right across the file, we can do time and frequency selections, which we might use later to isolate our whistle. There's a Photoshop-style editing, so the standard picture editors will feel at home here. We have a lasso tool where we can select. There's a brush tool. There's a magic wand, which you'll see later. This is really remarkable. And the last thing that makes it unique is that I can do a selection, and I can play the selection. If you see down here, there's a play with a box. So I can only play what I've selected. Right? So this is where it really gets powerful, too. You can really zone in. And like I said, we'll go through that in the later modules.
Fantastic. So yeah, we're going to dig into all the new features on RX6 in the later videos. Keep watching.
Thank you.